Avatar. These movies illustrate cultural appropriation at its finest. They turn it into an art form and express it in the most intelligent manner. These films are what it looks like when cultural appropriation is mastered and itself becomes a culture. Boundaries, limitations, and laws are made indistinct and are blatantly ignored. These films are the death of culture in a way, a death that gives birth to acceptance of religious, spiritual, and psychic concepts that are unconventional and deemed unethical by those with no higher calling or connection to realms beyond the earthly realm. The reason why I believe the cultural appropriation here is just and righteous is because it is the only approach effective and assertive enough to communicate ideas involving a connection to a universal consciousness. At some point, all culture must die in order for us to achieve complete unity. Unity between people, animals, and all of nature. It is important that we overcome culture at some point so that order, balance, and equality can be achieved in the highest form. That means making it so that all ways of life and death are perceived as the expression of a universal mind and are accepted as evidence of a creative force powerful enough to will into existence an abundance of images portraying the infinite nature of sexual energy. The truth is, Avatar is only the beginning of an ending, a process of building a bridge that looks like destruction. Sometimes bridges are the effect of someone's intention to isolate two worlds from the ground that connects and makes them one. This is the moment I realized sometimes bridges are meant to be destroyed just so there is a common ground, so that none is above or below. I think Avatar creates a common ground where people from different cultures and ways of life and death can meet and become one with a purpose higher than that which is assigned to them by their culture. And sometimes common ground can only be achieved by proving that all cultures can be imitated and recreated. I believe these films exercise the ability we have to objectively observe reality and understand that there is no right or wrong way to utilize culture as a construct. Culture is not a possession. It is merely a tool used to help identify, give definition, and direct the soul towards a source of inspiration. Simply, we as human beings like to say we are the creators of culture and the ones who sustain and maintain its pure substance, though I feel we can be ignorant to our own duality and forget that our reflections are only three-dimensional projections, and that we do not own these reflections, nor do we have the power to say we will have our reflections after our three-dimensional world is long gone. I think the desire to appropriate culture is natural and healthy for those who do not experience an attachment to anyone in particular. Those with no attachment to culture have the potential to expose all of the ways culture is meant to be corrupted, because in some way it is a concept that has the means to corrupt if explained so that the attachment to one's physical experience of personality outweighs the perceived value of spirituality. Spirituality being the experience of now, beyond what is happening to you now. To most people, what is happening to them is culture, an identity that defines them and their world so that it does not extend nor exist outside of who they are told to be. Avatar reveals the illusion of culture and exposes its true nature, this nature being an experience that is not natural, yet expected to be nurtured by those who are expected to identify with certain beliefs about nature. Personally, I think Avatar follows and obeys all of nature's laws in a way that upsets and disturbs those who are subject to placing culture as an experience rooted in truth.